3.
Let's go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, JBs. We back, baby.
We're back.
We back.
The Tuesday after a long weekend.
Ooh. I got a little raspiness in my voice today.
Oh, yeah?
Well, when you're cheering for the Rowdies, you know, when you're cheering for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to win.
I know.
We had some crazy games this weekend in Tampa.
We really did.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Rowdies won 2-1, and then Rays won 11-10 over the Dodgers the next morning, and shit got wild.
Yeah.
Shit got real wild.
Yeah.
MyBookie.com actually let us bet on the Rowdies game, which was awesome, but the spread was -0.5 goal. And everything was fine. Through 90 minutes, we were up 2-0.
Right.
And they scored a goal. And then they ripped off like 2 more shots, and then I'm like, hey, let's just kick the ball into the stands.
Yeah, you've done it. You've done it.
Let's end it. 5 in a row, though, for the Rowdies. 5 in a row. They were in second place. They might be in first now, but it was a blast. Holy cow.
So fun. Thank you to everyone that came out. We had a really good turnout of listeners and friends.
Great turnout. Gotta say at the top how impressed I am with the Rowdies Stadium.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
it's just fun and chill.
If I lived there, I think I might be a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Beautiful stadium, right on the water, all the amenities and all the things they had.
Every seat seems like it's in the shade somehow. It's very amazing. And
the merch is on point, so on point that there was a line to even, before the shop even opened up. And then they said, look, dude, if you don't grab a jersey or something now, they'll sell right out. And sure enough, they did.
It's a good kit.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Look at Bob with the proper terminology.
I know.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. And, well, actually, we got a picture because we took some photos on the field there. Obviously, Hard AF Seltzer is a sponsor for the Rowdies and the Rays. Let's see that pic, Bob. We got Rowdies royalty in the house.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Right there you were.
Just lost it on the desktop. Hold on. There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is. Boom.
Oh, look at that.
Let's go full screen. Look at that.
Look at us. So it was absolutely ridiculous. And the staff, I've met someone after, a dude that worked there was like, oh, they don't tell us anything. We thought you were just like another mascot or something that we needed to like.
Yep.
I was taking pictures with kids like I was a Disney princess. It was really fun.
That's the Rowdies jersey, by the way. Best in the biz right there. Big fan of that. But there was probably 20, 30 kids, little kids that came up and took pictures with Jabes.
Yeah.
And we just told everybody you were Rowdies royalty. And everybody was like, I just want to take a picture with the Rowdies princess.
Yeah, the Rowdies princess. I was like, well.
Yeah. They kept putting us on television.
A little older than that, but hey, I love it. I'll take it.
They kept putting us on television in the suites because it looked like you were waving to people throughout the game.
I mean, I was on the clock.
No, I know.
I was on the clock. And then also it was like, it was a good way to be like, oh, sorry, I have to work.
Yeah, I gotta. If I don't wave.
If I don't wave, they'll
the children
fire me.
won't
Yeah.
know.
You lied to small children to ignore them?
Oh, it got better as the more and more drinks. The more and more drinks you had, Jabes.
Yeah.
Do you remember leaning out of the suite down to people and saying, You are a beautiful child.
No,
You are
so-
going to grow up to be strong,
No.
talented, and beautiful.
Yeah, only girls. But I was like outside of the, I'd lean outside a little bit, and then like some girl or something or mom would catch and be like, "Oh, there she is," and I'd be like, "Oh," and then I'd like point to them, and christen them and give them a blessing.
Well, you had a
Of
scepter.
being a scepter,
Yeah,
and
you
I
had a
was,
scepter
you
with
are
you.
beautiful, you're smart, you are going to do amazing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was awesome.
It was fun.
It was awesome. And, we got house there throughout his game.
We did.
Nice having that much hard AF seltzer all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just in a fridge right next to you.
It's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
It's an 8% wave crossing the country.
Man,
Yes.
that's
It felt like it.
That setup too there was fantastic. All their suites were amazing and hard to explain. I mean, some of them were built into the field because you were like, "Hey, I want to do the field one next time."
Oh yeah, where you're literally like, yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
field.
You're in
right
it.
behind the goal,
I mean, directly behind the goal.
but like ground level behind the goal with like just a little.
So somebody ripped a shot for the other team, and it just bounced off. I mean, it hit the railing of this suite so
Yeah.
hard. If it was an inch higher, that woman would have died probably. But
And I was like, I want to be
whatever.
there.
People don't realize I was behind the goal for a USA-Mexico game and was about 10 feet away from a couple stiff shots on goal. And those things, it's like a fucking cannonball. Like those things fly in there.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
Did you get hit?
No.
Oh.
No, but they've got a reading on television to tell you how fast the kick was. Most of them are going like 120, 130 miles an hour for some of those shots. And yeah, that lady would have died in that suite. I mean, it was awesome. I was kind of rooting for it a little bit.
But that was definitely why I was like, I want to go to that one.
Yeah. And then we went to the Rays game. The Rays was great. Big victory for the Rays, best record in Major League Baseball. I thought that it was a lie that they had live stingrays in the outfield and you could pet the stingrays.
They do.
That's true.
That's true.
It is definitely true.
That's a fun stadium too. There's like a bunch of different
It is.
cool
It's
places
old.
to go.
It's old, but it's got a weird charm to it
Yeah.
somehow, and I enjoyed it. I'm actually going to give a shout out to St. Pete in Tampa. While we're on the topic, there was so many people there that met us out and everything else that were like, "Hey, dude, you guys have like shredded St. Pete and Tampa for years on the show." I hadn't been in like 7 years. I hadn't been back in 7 years. All of it is entirely different. There's so many great bars and restaurants. Everything was brand new. All the high rises they're building there are identical to Miami, and it was beautiful. You do not have to twist my arm to go back to
It's a
St. Pete again.
great place to raise a family.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe move,
Be a
move,
real
a,
shame.
move a
No,
business.
it's probably a town for you, to be honest with you, where
No,
Got-
the surrounding areas. I'm saying, like Tampa, the greater Tampa area.
yeah, I
A
live
lot
there.
of great suburban family homes.
There is. I lived there for a year, and it's fine. But that downtown area, if you're single into your 40s and 50s and just want to live that life, it's great.
Right.
It's absolutely great.
So this could be the reason Bob gets divorced.
No, I think it's
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's where Delco ends up, and that way you can just walk down from your high rise, go to the games,
Yeah.
get fucked up, and then go back.
Go to the banana hammock.
Yeah, well, maybe not there, but
I loved it.
late at night it was dangerous.
It was different. It was a lot different during the day. And then when I took you guys back there, I was like, oh, that's right. There's a nightlife here.
There's the Tampa we know and
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
But during the day, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
And
it was, like,
there was a
so
ton
fun.
of other bars, though, that were brand new and awesome. Park and Rec. There's a place called Park and Rec that was dope. We hung out there after the Rowdies game, got rocked, watched the Miami Heat game.
Did you go to Ybor?
Everybody was, no, we didn't go to Ybor City this trip. We only had 2 days there. We did go to Hogan's Hangouts.
I didn't.
And the hype was real.
I heard you were recognized.
Sure was. Ended up hanging out with Nick Hogan till late at night.
Your
Feels
biggest
kind of
fan.
nice, doesn't it?
Your
Nick
biggest
Hogan, it turns out he was a huge fan of the new guy. And we shared a good chuckle about that for a half hour. One of his bodyguards was one of the world's strongest man. And I was like, oh, or men, whatever you want to call it. He was rad. That bar lived up to the hype, 2 floors. And it was, I mean, just a rager
The
there on
Hogan's
the beach.
Hangout? Okay.
It's exactly what you thought it was and hoped it would be.
What was the clientele like?
Pretty normal, actually. Nothing crazy, you know.
Okay.
The night we went, so it was a Friday night. Dan and I had to do a meet and greet thing with the Rays, and then we met Reed Blanco and those guys out there. Reed was the one who picked it out. He goes, let's go to Hogan's Hangout. I was like, yes, let's do it.
Oh, Reed.
So we
Sweet
go,
Reed.
and it was great, but we're upstairs at the upstairs bars, just kind of chilling with the listeners and everything, and then they shut down at 12, and they were like, hey, just so you know, the downstairs bar is still going to be open. And there's a DJ and everything else, and it was DJ Nick Hogan.
Sure.
And
a
then
big
we
draw.
raged when we went down there at midnight. A huge, like 40-person joint bachelor and bachelorette party walked in, and they were all Guy Fieris,
Right.
all of them.
Right.
40 Fieris, men and women combined together, having a magical evening at Hogan's Hangouts, and I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time.
Yeah.
Just all of it. Because there's Hogan statues all throughout the bar, and people were taking pictures with the statues. And then the 40 Fieris, and then Nick, and the World's Strongest Man, and all that. So, like,
What a fever dream of a night,
yes,
huh?
yes. Even Reed was just like, there's no way anybody's going to believe this. And I was like, no, unless we get some pics, which we did.
Well, the Fieri thing has, I've seen that many times.
You have. I just, because we've talked about Hogan's Hangouts so much on the show.
That, like, of course, that's the night.
And
that,
we get
like,
to hang out with Nick. And then, of course, that's the night that 40 Fieri show up.
Right.
It was everything we've talked about on the show for months now just happened in one place.
Right.
At one night. And it was great. I mean, it was really, really great. I'm going to text you this picture here, Bob. I wonder if I have the Fieri video. If I can get all the 40 Fieris here.
There's a Fieri video?
Oh, yeah. I took a video of the Fieris, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to show you a couple videos.
Is it a flock of Fieris? A gaggle of Fieris? I'm not sure what the plural of that would be.
A school.
A school? Yeah, is it a school of Fieris? I believe
murder.
I believe one would call it a
murder.
school of
A
Fieris.
murder of Fieris.
This is going to be worth it, Bob, here in a second. So one's the pic of Nick, very nice guy. Go to Hogan's Hangouts if you're in the area. And then the Fieri video is just, I mean, it's exactly what you're going to think that I'm talking about. You're like, oh, shit, that's exactly what I pictured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've
but,
seen it a couple times.
Yeah, we had a really fun time down there, and I was really, really shocked. Again, I have not been in a long time, and it was like they took a blowtorch to that city, and they were like, we're just going to start over and kind of just make this as close to Miami as we can.
And true to Miami, just lots of closed sidewalks for construction of high-rises.
Yep, for high-rises.
So that felt very Miami to me.
And the bars and the restaurants they had, holy shit. I mean, you could spend a week going to all those new restaurants there. There was like an Argentinian steakhouse, this amazing Italian place. I went to an Irish pub. I met an investor in an Irish pub on Saturday in the middle of the afternoon. Doors open, the bar's open. Great food there as well. The fish and chips were legendary. I mean, I was all in.
Okay.
And as a single man, yeah, that would be a great place to live for sure.
100%.
I did not see all the old people like I did last time. Usually you go down there and everybody's fucking 90.
They're at the Hard Rock,
What's the Hard Rock?
the casino.
Oh, is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
I didn't know. It was nowhere near it.
Tampa's hard. Like, it's weird to explain, but it takes an hour to get anywhere in Tampa.
It does, because everything's very, very spread out.
Yeah.
But where we were for the games, the stadiums were about
A mile apart. And the hotel was right in the middle.
Our hotel actually overlooked the Rowdy Stadium.
Yeah.
So that was a blast. I mean, shit. Because you were like, oh, hey, what time do we need to leave? And I was like, we need to leave.
At the time we're supposed to be there.
Yeah, 30 seconds in advance. All right, pop up. We'll go with the Fieri video first, Bob.
All right.
So this is around midnight when all the Fieris showed up there. And who knows what song they were playing, but you can turn that down because we'll get dinged. It's the weekend, and I also hate the weekend. But see the Hogan's Hangout statues in there, all the Fieris.
Right. Wow.
Nick Hogan, man of the people there, talking to the Fieris.
Oh, dude, his dad getting beaten up
in the background. Yes. So over
Okay.
behind him, it was just all of his dad's matches.
Okay.
And that was really fun.
That's before he hulks up.
Yeah, before he hulks up. And then afterwards, we hung for a little bit. Great dude. And he ends up texting me at like 3 a.m. And he says, hey, really enjoyed tonight. Why don't you guys come back on Monday night? My dad's going to fly in. He's going to be here on Monday night. And I was like, And we would if we had, we can get him down for a show or something like that. And I was just like,
But
man.
just
to meet him and hang. I mean, yes, I love him. And his signed belt is over on Drinking Bros set, but I couldn't do it.
You would have met him, though, if Nick is inviting you.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Well, I mean, he called me and said, hey, Monday, he's coming Monday. Let's hang.
Just saying, like, kind of worth it, but okay.
Well, we got to do the shows, dude. We got people. Right. We got to do it for the people.
I mean, Hogan, though?
I know. But I think we'll get him on the show.
I think they would understand.
I think we'll get him and Nick on the show. So I said, next time we'll come back, we'll bring all our, the podcast gear and all that stuff, and we'll just shoot a show from your bar and help promote it and everything else. And I definitely want to shoot a show at that Park and Rack bar because it was beautiful.
Would you let him leg drop you?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Of course.
All the things.
And then go to the other one. This one was odd at the Rays game. This was Friday night. Okay, so pop this up and play this video here. I thought security was a little intense at the Rays game. Okay, so Guy got a jersey with nickname Wheels on it. He's clearly in a wheelchair. You can leave that up on screen, Bob, for a second. They asked for his ticket.
While he was sitting there? Like, just to, make sure?
In the chair. In his wheelchair, they asked to see his tickets. Mm-hmm. And now it's just me and Dan, and we're sitting in the club, suite thing right above it, right? And I'm watching all of this go down. And I just wanted to show this to the audience here today of, would you ask, because that's a lot to go through. Would you ask for the tickets of the guy in the wheelchair to see if he's in the right section?
No.
Me neither.
Right.
Me neither.
Although I did see, I think they get a little bit of riffraff in that handicap section because I did see a child look totally healthy. By child, I mean, 12 something, totally healthy looking.
12-year-old kid,
baseball fan, 12-year-old kid
11,
in a wheelchair.
Maybe. Yep.
And in the row with his whole family and stuff. And every time they hit a home run or anything, he would stand up and walk over to his dad. And every time I would go, it's a miracle.
Yep. Jesse, so
it's a miracle. Look, the Rays.
Guy, they bring the kid.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think they maybe, I don't know, but that's also, again, if you did that to get in that spot and went through all of that, Godspeed.
Yeah.
Florida is the place that you would do that.
You
There's
would
a
do
guy
that.
who found a wheelchair in a dumpster, and he's like,
Yeah.
boy, you're going to sit in this wheelchair and pretend you cripple because we want some
Right.
good seats today.
Right. So, I get it, but also, good for you.
And so,
if you've gotten to that point and you're sitting in the section, I don't care what you've done.
And so they wheel him in, they wheel the kid in, and the Rays hit a home run in the first inning, and the kid stands up out of the wheelchair and starts clapping. No help whatsoever, completely unassisted, and just starts clapping, and Jesse just goes, it's a miracle.
Now, look.
It's a miracle.
I don't know if he has something that makes it hard for him to walk for long, periods of time or whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying that he was faking. I'm just saying it was a really magical thing to see.
It was.
Because at first you go, oh my gosh, the kid, how cute.
Yeah.
He's a baseball. The wheelchair also was a big for him. It looked like not a wheelchair that he would have in real life.
Sure.
And so I was like, okay.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I said, good for your whole family. That's a great seat. Those are great seats.
Yes. I mean, they're amazing seats. It's just, that's a lot.
Because I think it was 10, a block of 10 maybe. And all they had with them was one crippled kid.
Yes.
And then they all got the seats.
I know. And the kid got up after the first home run and stood up out of his chair and started clapping.
Cripple's not a thing, right? We say handicap.
Say whatever. I don't really care.
Handy-capable.
Did he get this nickname Wheels before or after the accident?
I'm assuming afterwards.
He could have been a car guy.
Yeah, it depends on what the accident was.
Yeah. Could have been a sprinter, 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But either way, we had a great time there and then headed back. got off the flight just in time Sunday night to go home and watch the series finale of Succession. What'd you think?
Were my socks blown off? Was my hair? Was my, all those things?
Yeah,
that would happen.
Did your tits explode?
Yeah, did my tits explode? Yeah. And then land like on my back, attached to the back of my body? No, Yeah. It was all kinds of things that were like, yeah, that seems like a logical thing that I was maybe thinking would happen, right? Like nothing was like, what?
Result we both wanted.
Yes. Like
result we wanted.
Favorite dude won, great.
Result we wanted, we called it a long time ago. It was just how they got there that was just kind of meh to me.
Yep. The whole season was very, to me, it was like the comedy was gone. And we talked about this with Rob. Like Succession is one of the best dark comedies until this season.
Well,
I
thought.
pot.
Well, here's the thing, but because I thought they were going to set it up for some dramatic death or something like that at the end, and they didn't.
And Logan Roy's comment that he made in an article, or Brian Cox, whatever, was like, I think they killed Logan off too soon. He may be right. Because it was like that could have been an amazing one episode before. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then you can't go through that whole.
Yeah, and I was fine with it. And the show is called Succession.
So then you see what it would be like.
But for it to not go to one of the kids, you're like, it's when that's the title of the show, and I don't know. I just wish all these guys would literally just sit around and read Reddit. Just read the Reddit and go through and pick out the best fan theories and then go with that. I
hate that.
I had this conversation with my neighbor last night. Yeah, you definitely do that. The fans built the show. And me and, 4 other people last night, you yourself included, when we came up with our dream ending, we all agree that would have been the best.
Right.
And it would have knocked it out of the park.
Of a suicide?
Yeah, yes.
The jump?
Yep.
That doesn't really fit the show, though, right?
It does, because he says, if I don't get this job, this is my life, and I'm going to kill myself. And every CEO, all of those big wigs in Wall Street, they've all been, it's infamous. They just walk off the side of a fucking building. And I understand it. And if you weren't going to go that route with anybody else, I think that would have been the most shocking, and that would have rattled everyone, especially the way that we wanted it to happen would have been rad.
I think I just wanted any type of like bombshell. And there just wasn't a bombshell, right?
Maybe they didn't want to rip Thrones because they kind of have a famous scene of Game of Thrones where one of the kings walks off a window and just jumps to his death.
I guess.
Maybe.
What was in the finale?
No, it was like season 5.
Season 6.
Yeah, how many seasons did that go?
Even like
9 or something?
even Mad Men, remember? Like the whole opening credit is some guy jumping off a building.
And that's what we wanted.
How is that not the ending of that show?
I know.
You know.
That's what we wanted for the end of Mad Men. They were like, no, you know what we'll do is give them the Coca-Cola commercial that no one asked for. Ugh.
Here's the thing, though. I do think they did read too much into the comment section because they like kind of force-fed Greg this season.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Greg's your favorite. Okay, we'll put him in, but not really. And they didn't have like the same banter and fun. I don't know.
The whole season just wasn't fun.
And you know why, too? You don't see them doing a lot of rich shit. Do you remember in the beginning, to one of your guys' point, too, where it's like they were playing some... Was it cricket or baseball game? It was straight up baseball, like a family baseball. They all show up in helicopters and they give like $1 million check, or they're in like this amazing location. And like you just saw some real good rich people stuff, where I think this season was very business, like what it takes to keep it. And you're just like, ugh. I just want to see you like showing up in a private jet somewhere and like be rad and rich.
Yeah. And I guess there is a show that's coming out that's going to just be rad and rich, and we'll find out. That weekend show, I guess, with Lily Depp that I told you about. That was the only other show that HBO has in the can that's coming out of the summer.
Oh, I've heard there's already complaints about it just being like torture porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it a show or a movie? It's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah, I heard it's just kind of like where...
It's like shock factor.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on who's writing that article.
Where Euphoria leaves off is where this show like goes even further.
Great.
Apparently.
Well, it's adults at least. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Succession, I was just like, fuck. I just don't know how they. What's the last time you saw a great one? Because we had that discussion yesterday too, with some of our neighbors. Breaking Bad.
A great.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, I would say Breaking Bad. I actually think Sopranos, but I know you guys hated it, but I didn't watch it in the moment.
I didn't watch it in the moment either. I liked it.
So like at the end, I go like, all right, fuck yeah.
But did you watch it in the moment?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, people hated it in the moment.
Yeah.
Because it was like the first TV show. So like.
Yeah, it grows on you 3 or 4 years later, but in the moment I hated it. But Breaking Bad, I thought, got it right. The best of all time, 6 Feet Under, but that was 20 years ago. And why haven't you done that since? Like How I Met Your Mother was fucking awful. Dexter, fucking awful. I mean, there's just, it's endless.
Sex and the City was good.
Mad Men, awful. Oh, wasn't Sex and the City good, the end of it?
Yeah, she ends up with the guy that she, was kind of dealing with,
Okay.
with Big.
So everybody was amped about that?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think it was like for whatever show that was, that's what you wanted.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But like Friends was awful. Seinfeld, awful. All those finales
I think that
were.
Seinfeld's finale is massively underrated.
It's horrific. I just watched it again like 6 months ago. I was on a plane, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is comically bad." Where it seemed like a bad sketch on like Mad TV of what the ending would be. Holy fucking
What was the
shit! I hated it.
Californication ending? He was on the plane with that song playing.
I don't
Rocket,
remember.
Rocket Man when he was on the plane.
I don't remember. I know the whole.
I think it was good. I think I remember being like, "All right, cool."
I forget.
Okay.
I forget. I remember not liking the end of that.
Yeah, he's on his way
series
to
either.
Becca's wedding.
Yeah, and Rocket Man's playing, which means you assume he like died or something.
How's the ending to Better Call Saul?
I never watched that show.
I never followed through.
We got same thing, man. It got too. It was such a slow burn that they never did anything. So like I'm about a season and a half behind. I've seen it up through that, and I'm a season and a half behind. And everybody said the same thing. Or it was just like it never picked up.
I'd say the best finale is probably Everybody Loves Raymond, or According to Jim. According to Jim's finale, well, I think they just got canceled, but so good. Reba, that was a good one.
They just got canceled. They were just
Yeah.
like, oh, hey, that show's over. Oh, is it? Okay, well,
I don't know. I think in the moment, if people watch it live, any finale live, they're gonna be like, because they've just like blue-balled themselves to fucking.
One Tree
They're
Hill.
just like never. You're never ever gonna be satisfied. Now, if you binge it later and people find the show later, and like see it in a different way through a different lens, a lot of people like the finales that way.
But One Tree Hill, so I was obviously a big OTH fan. They beefed the finale, and two of the actors, the two leads, didn't come back. They were like, "No, we're not coming back to this," and you're like, "Fuck you, dude." But the episode before the finale was fucking bomb, and they should have probably ended with that.
I had a small part in that series.
In One Tree
You
Hill,
did?
And by small part, I mean I was an extra at the basketball game at the season finale of season 1.
no way.
It was all shot in
Nice.
Wilmington.
Who took
I
the
know,
winning
huh?
shot? Who took the winning shot in the game?
Do not remember.
Come on, man.
No, when you're an extra, you're working, okay?
I'm
So
cheering.
like he does not have time to
Well, I'm
like
just-
see what.
I'm curious how many times they made. What was his name? 3 words. Chad Michael Murray.
Mm-hmm.
How many shots they gave him to make that thing? He didn't look like he ever played basketball a day in his life.
True. I still think about Brooke all the time. From that
Right,
show.
that was your.
That was my
your
first.
jam.
Who
Brooke.
was she? What's her real name?
She's the brunette.
Oh, we all loved her, and then you got to see her real life, and you were just like, "Eesh." She has
Which
like
one?
30 rescue dogs. Yeah.
Ross, did you ever think that your career wasn't bigger than it was because you didn't add a middle name?
No, but
Yeah.
I screen tested for One Tree Hill
Ross Richard Patterson.
I screen tested for One Tree Hill, and I was like, shit, you know how
Ross
fucking
Richard.
rich I would have been?
Yeah.
I know I should have added one more name to
Just
it.
one more. You would have been on. You would have been on the OC. You would have been in the Gossip Girl, like everywhere. I'm not denigrating your career, but I'm just saying. Like,
Sure.
You know,
No,
like,
it could have been bigger.
Yeah.
All the ones
Definitely
that you
sounds like he's denigrating your career.
Yeah. It would be like all the ones that you say you went out for, you would have actually gotten them.
The guy with the biggest IMDb credits in the room right now, by far, Rob is just like, yeah, you know what? Probably could
You should have added a middle name, but like not wrong. He's not wrong.
What is there? There's probably 60 or 70 credits on there.
Yeah.
More.
Ross
and,
Richard Patterson. He's doubling that.
And there's, by the way, Bob, there's some movies that were so bad they never came out or got bought or anything. So it didn't count. It doesn't count on IMDb unless it physically shows somewhere. So there's even more than that, for Christ's sakes. But yeah, that one hurt because they were looking for real basketball players. And I was like, this is easy. And then they picked people who couldn't play. I was like, great.
But that fits with the brand of the WB at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody could like really do what they were.
Let's be honest. They weren't looking for a 4 or even a 3. They wanted a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not looking for somebody in the post.
And I remember, by the way, when our buddy got Supernatural, and there's a couple of us that were like, oh, you want to be on a fucking CW? Like, what do you know, whatever. He's the richest out of all of us combined. I mean, it is nuts. That thing went, 16 seasons?
You guys were making fun of him for getting
I was
a
not.
TV show?
No, I was not.
I mean,
but there were some other
CW.
friends.
Yeah,
yes.
but also
you have to remember a bunch of
jealous.
actors, serious actors, sitting around at the time going, "Oh, would you do CW? Would you even do commercials? Would you even do this or whatever?" And like, I thought that was a great gig for him.
People love Supernatural.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love Supernatural.
There's like hardcore fans.
But beyond hardcore and in real life, those guys are so fucking rich.
They have a brewery out here.
They both have private. They each have a private jet.
Never even need to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Also-
both have and it's, but you didn't know, right? Because at the time, during that point, everybody took everything so seriously where you were hoping to get that drama or you were hoping to get that Oscar thing. And it was possible. It wasn't just Marvel movies at the time. So you did have a shot at the thing that you moved out there and your dream was, right?
Yeah.
You know what, though? Props to all those people who were the first ones through the wall on the CW. Gilmore Girls, fucking Supernatural. Because even like Gossip Girl, that's like 2nd gen, 3rd gen CW. One Tree Hill was several years before that. Like all those shows. Wasn't even... actually, you know what's a real original one? It wasn't the witch one.
Charmed.
Charmed wasn't that CW?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like all those early ones where they were just like, fuck it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And they just like they established a CW beachhead.
Yeah, so we'll start with Gilmore Girls. My buddy Scott Patterson was on there. And we had the same publicist. I used to get sent all the weird shit. We ended up meeting in real life, and we became homies. He was so grateful for that show and loved it. And like, dude, everywhere we went out, people love Gilmore Girls. I mean, to this day, everybody loves Gilmore Girls. Like, and it was awesome. And he loved being on it and everything else. And I think that's important too. Where like Chad Michael Murray bouncing on the end of One Tree Hill, it was like, dude, do you not know what like they built your entire career? Just do the shit.
You guys are forgetting the black actors they broke. The Steve Harvey Show. The Jamie Foxx Show.
Oh, fuck.
Parenthood.
Jamie Foxx, dude.
Oh, Parenthood.
Jamie Foxx Show I loved. It was really good.
And it all started
Parenthood?
from the Animaniacs.
Used to be the home of SmackDown.
Yeah. Yep.
Thursday nights.
Thursday Night SmackDown.
But Seventh
Yeah.
Heaven put it on the map. That was the show. Like
Who's
everyone
laughing
needs...
now? Who's laughing now?
They don't really
Yeah.
like to reference
Jessica
Seventh
Biel
Heaven anymore.
Well, they can't because the father got, is
Yeah.
still in prison
Right.
for
I
molesting
remember.
children.
I remember the Alamo. I remember Seventh Heaven.
Oh,
And how
yeah.
big it was.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest gamble, by the
How
way.
weird
Bob
it
goes,
was. It was so weird.
It
Yeah.
was weird for like your weirdo friends
Yeah.
whose parents were very churchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the one show they were allowed to watch, and they're like, "No, it's cool because there's hot teens on this one too." And we were like, "Yeah, gay hot teens. Fuck those kids.
Exactly.
Gay
Yeah.
hot teens.
Yeah, teens.
Not homosexual."
Not homosexual, just.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
You
like,
don't-
this is 7th grade, and also in a way, 37-year-old Rob talking. That's
Sure.
you know what I mean? But this is like 6th, 7th grade. Like, what? You watch 7th Heaven? Like, yeah, it's cool. It's on the,
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it's not. Jessica Biel's got it. Just shut up.
It's 100% not cool.
No. But the biggest gamble was Gossip Girl. Blake Lively took that right after Accepted. And that was, you were talking about 2nd gen CW. That was a gamble. And everybody's like, why would you do that? And boom, that thing was the biggest goddamn show on the face of the earth. I just saw Chuck Bass in something the other day, and I was like, God damn, it's Chuck Bass.
He's uncanceled?
No, he's not. He's canceled for life.
Now, at least Gossip Girl had going for it that it was the OC creators.
Okay.
Oh, the OC.
Gotcha.
Come on.
Chuck Bass in Californication
Gotcha.
was amazing.
Yeah. He was great in that.
The closeted gay kid who wants to be a vampire.
Yeah, it was really good. But we don't have that anymore. Like, all of those shows are kind of wiped, and it sucks. And that's what made me sad about the end of Succession last night was, well, shit, now what? What do we have? What do we have left anymore? And I don't know. I don't know what we have. Is there anything else you guys have even heard about?
Oh, show-wise?
Yeah.
No, but I only poke my beak out of documentaries for a second for whatever show is good at the time, and then I just go right back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm fine.
Oh,
I've got a home.
You're going to be good for a while.
Yeah. I've got a home where I stay. Mm-hmm. And so I just go like, oh, okay, I'll give this a shot, and I don't really, in that way, I don't really put too much pressure on it because it's like I know I always have my home.
And so for me, because you always ask, you're like, oh, I don't want to make you watch this or whatever. I was like, I don't mind watching any of this. The only problem with the murder docs, what they're doing now, is they're all 3 or 4 parts. Well, the first 3 of them, they make you think the person is innocent. And then the last episode, they tell you all the guilty shit that they did. And you're like, why did you even drag me along for 3 different parts of this to make me think this person was innocent? They definitely killed
That's the only
these people.
reason they do that is
That's
so you
know.
watch the 4 episodes.
Yes, and so you have the moment that you wanted to have with Succession, which is like, what? Okay, and now you're giving them shit. So it's like, what do you want?
Well, that's real life. That's the difference. Where
Is
it's
it-
like,
is
yes,
it-
that's real murders.
It's based
I
on
want to see
it, but
fake
they
murders
can,
and people and
they
shit.
can make it look however they want to take you along the ride
Yeah.
and give you that moment at the end.
Here's a new show you should be excited for, Ross. And
What's
I know
that?
you are. Your favorite musician. They're doing a dramatized series of his life. You love him so much.
Who?
It's called The Idol, and it's about the weekend.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the show from HBO.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
based on him?
His life.
Oh.
No, well, sort of. It's based on a pop star who goes through all this crazy shit.
That's what we call a loosely based.
Right. But that's the one I'm looking forward to. That one's done, and then everything else is.
We got another
hasn't shot.
season of Black Mirror.
Yes,
Oh.
I heard they did that,
Okay.
but they're not releasing many details on it, as always.
Is it all just like nightmare AI stories?
Everyone
has to be,
is,
right?
I mean, they're all one-offs, right? So they
Yes.
actually have some pretty big actors in it.
Okay. Go. Are they out? Is it listed already? And then how many episodes is it? I heard it was happening. I heard it was shot, but they're so fucking secretive with that show that like I know nothing about it. I don't even have any friends that know anything about the goddamn thing. And it's and I asked a friend of a friend who was in it. I was like, how do they cast that? And they were like, it's the weirdest thing. They'll call you like 2 weeks before, and it's either you show up and do it, or they just give it to somebody else. And I was like,
And you don't know what
you don't even know what it
story
is.
you're doing?
No. You don't know what story it is, nothing, and then they'll give you pieces of the script and shit. And I was like, that's dope. It's pretty cool.
Weird.
There's an incredible looking Mandalorian spinoff coming up called
Nope.
The Sarlacc of Dagobah.
Nope.
Oh my God.
Bob, you can go ahead and
Is that real?
Those are real Star Wars things, but no, I just meant
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
but
I
those
was
are
gonna
real
say,
Star
there's-
Wars names.
there's 2 listeners in the
Ugh.
studio who are looking for a noose to hang themselves.
Yeah, these do not look like Star Wars
Hey,
fans back
guy.
here.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Geth.
Boy.
What?
There is a really good show out that I know Ross won't like because it's an animation, but for anyone, it's not like weird animation. It's called Fired on Mars. Is they start a colony on Mars, and this dude's a graphic designer and gets fired immediately.
Oh,
and it's just about his life.
I know
there.
something that's right up your alley.
What do you got?
You know what comes out middle of June or late June?
What's up?
The Bear season 2.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
shit.
yes, the bear.
All right,
Correct.
all right,
That's it.
all
I knew
right.
we were missing one. The bear is done and shot. So yeah, we got that. And that guy, by the way, Jesse and I talked about this at the house when we saw the trailer. One, he just got divorced from his wife and everything else. But because there is nothing else this summer, he's going to explode now
Yep.
because everybody's going to be watching this.
Bye bye, wife and family. You know what I mean?
He got out just in time, right before the new season
so
started.
he could really run New York,
yeah.
dude.
And I know it's not a obviously it's a make 'em up, but The Witcher season 3 with
The worst of the make 'em ups.
Nope.
The absolute worst. Netflix was so
Yeah,
terrible.
but I mean,
I tried so
Cavill's
hard.
He's a superstar.
He's not. He's not. In the
What?
to make him Superman again, like he sucks in the fantasy realm, and everyone wants it, and everyone's all up in it because he looks like he should be the guy. But his acting is so bad.
Guys, yeah.
Guys, come on.
Put down your swords.
Guys, you're being crazy with each other.
Put down your swords.
Mommy took the left hot pocket.
This fucking nerd shit, dude. I can't do it. Nerds.
Guys, just grab the pizza rolls and let's just shake on it.
We should put like a row of lockers, and every time a comment gets made with this nerd shit, I just get up, put on the new guy jacket, and just shove you right into a locker.
It'd be worth it. I would once an episode. I would take
We
it.
should get one locker.
Just one locker, and
locker.
it's like, hey, dude, anytime somebody makes a nerd comment about a show like this, we just get up, put the new guy coat on, just shove him into a locker, and then we go back and do the show. You know? We just go right back into it.
I mean,
House of Dragons,
you know, we only say that because we don't understand it.
I
Do you know what I mean?
I don't care either. I don't care.
And I only say it for the
A
5
lot of
listeners who
people
do.
care, though.
I
A
just-
lot of people care.
I just look at it from a financial perspective of like Star Wars has got to make back that $5 billion. Therefore, they're forced to just chunk out stories for the rest of their
They
lives.
do it easily though.
Yeah, and
They
it's,
do, but it's
Video games,
No,
everything.
but they'll sit there when you're writing something based on what a toy is going to sell. I'm not into it. Like the Baby Yoda probably made $5 billion on its own, and good for them. By the way, your girl just started serving her sentence today, Elizabeth Holmes.
Did she show up?
Yeah, 11 years.
I would have fucking skipped town, dude.
Strange.
She's rich enough. Get your husband and your kid
Yeah, breaking news. She just surrendered right now. So
and head on
she
to.
is going to the pokey for 11 years. How old is she though? I mean,
In
is
her
she
30s.
She's young enough then. She's got kids. She'll get out of this.
She has a
She's
literal
39.
newborn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you know she had the newborn to try to knock down that sentence too. Yeesh.
39's
That's brutal.
dangerous.
So when she gets out, the kid will be 12.
That's irresponsible. To Giorgio. When she gets out, what? She'll be, no. And her kids will be fucking grown at that point.
And they're saying here there's another one that just went to prison from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Jen Shaw.
Shaw, 6.5 years she got, and they're actually going to be at the same facility.
She deserves it. I don't know what she did. I don't know who she is, but she deserves it.
Jen
Fraudulent
Shaw deserves it.
Telemarketing enterprise is what she did.
Yeah, she was defrauding old people and stealing their money. So
Oh, all right. Do you have
Bye-bye.
a pic of this chick here, Jen Shaw?
All because they recognize her from daytime television of the Real
Oh, yeah.
Housewives of Salt
Yep,
Lake
yep,
fucking
yep,
City.
yep.
yeah, it's always crazy to
SHAH,
me when
Bob.
people go on this show with like major skeletons in their closet, where you're just like, what do you think's gonna happen? Is their plan like to hide in plain sight, or
No, you're too big. The internet wants to see you fail.
exactly? So like, just stay out of the limelight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're defrauding and making, as according to her, like a shit ton of money, and then it's always the person that can't really explain where their money comes from, and then you're like, okay, bitch, we're gonna look into your finances.
Yeah. Look at that little. Yeah, that's like a trans. Looks like a trans figure.
She's gotten a lot of work done.
A lot of cheekbone.
And yeah.
Too much. When it gets hard to tell what gender you are, you got to put the
strong
knife
jaw.
down. Exactly. Well, yeah, I've seen
That's
some
a
women with a
handsome-
strong.
It's a handsome lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that surgery, Jesse? When they get the strong jaw like that?
It's called a buckle. What is it? Buckle fat removal.
Buckle fat?
I thought that was just where they take the little lipo from
They
underneath the
think they
chin.
take it
Buccal.
here.
Buccal
Oh,
fat.
Dan would know. He's our expert.
Think they take it from here,
It's the
right?
cheekbones,
and
yeah.
it makes you like a little bit more defined. But then with some people, it ends up defining their jawbone.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
but
mean?
it's like
Because what you want is
it's like
to
right
only
here.
have the.
Yeah, it's not
in the
the
middle.
jaw.
And if you have super
Yes,
sharp
but
features,
if you take that out, it's going to accentuate both
Yeah.
sides. Do you know
right,
what
like
I'm
a
saying?
big head shouldn't be super slim at the bottom.
Yeah.
Then you're just making a triangle.
You think
There's
it's
a
just a
couple
bobblehead,
actually.
yeah.
Bob, can you look up some
Celebs. The
buckle
first
fat celebs that
Zoe Kravitz.
really hers is
Really?
good though.
Hers is good. She actually
Do
looks
the
attractive.
ones that are like nightmares though.
Okay,
There's
hold on.
ones that like it,
I wouldn't
it
have.
turns them
Yeah, I wouldn't have said she
into-
got work done.
It turns them into like for real. Oh, Leah Is that Leah?
Michelle.
Who's in the middle there?
Hers
That's
one
Leah
was
Michelle.
hers was pretty bad.
Yeah, pop her up. Just slide that whole thing to the middle, Bob. Oh.
So what it does is, as you can see, what she was trying to do is accentuate and make herself look thinner, and what ended up happening was
You look like a dude.
you're showing your square jaw a little bit.
Is that
more.
Chrissy Teigen over there?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she needed it. She had round
She
face
looked weird as fuck, though. Like after
with
that
like
scene.
not a lot of definition.
She got a giant forehead. too.
And then homegirl, Zoe Kravitz. If you're gonna do that whole shit, let's not get a pixie cut there. You know,
She's so pretty though. Like why?
I know why do any
You're
work
so
to yourself?
cool.
It's crazy. It makes no sense.
There's
Makes no
gotta be
fucking
other
sense.
ones. But yeah, it just gives you a box head
Yeah, which is not
or
attractive.
Buzz Lightyear head.
Yeah.
So you look like very big, strong jaw.
By the way, here they've got breaking news on that Roman Royce T-shirt. I thought it looked weird and familiar. The T-shirt he was wearing at the Barbados house last night.
$13 Walmart shirt.
$13 Walmart shirt, and it's
I've heard
completely
7
sold
and
out.
13, but
It's
yeah.
completely sold out.
Was that a move? Was that on purpose?
That's what I'm asking
where
you.
he's like, staying at his mom's, and he just has like
'Cause he's a baby.
grabbed a Walmart shirt, which like they would never do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very strange. Like their wardrobe
is-
is never from
do-
Walmart.
This does look like something that you would buy your toddler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like I get why they did it. Did they have to get it from Walmart? No. But it's an interesting move. And of course with Succession, you're always wondering what the fucking move is, right?
Right.
When
Right.
it was literally just like wardrobe was near a Walmart.
I told you off air. I'm glad it's over though. I was starting to like scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show makes me want to like just make power plays.
Yeah. He's got to like, detox from it.
Yeah.
For
'Cause,
sure.
Yeah, he wants to like
I'm just gonna, like-
completely betray like
I'm
all
gonna
his
betray Rob at
friends
some
and
point. Yeah. If the show
family,
continued, Rob's
his family, like out everybody's secrets and try and take over.
But what
Nothing.
is it? What are you taking over exactly?
done. That's not important.
Yeah, that's the thing because like you don't need to be taking over anything.
Okay.
You just want some heads to roll for
Yeah,
no reason.
Yeah, for no reason whatsoever.
When you're
All
watching
right.
Succession, yeah.
That makes sense.
How many bad business
sense.
decisions are made because people got too into Succession?
Yeah,
how many
and,
people have,
like-
ruined things.
Yeah, and
because
tried to like stonewall somebody or like shut them out or whatever.
It's like, oh, that ruined that relationship.
Yeah. Oh, you lost that deal, bro. Like, that's not how you do it.
I
They
think
tried to like Roman Roy it, and they're like, no. Don't
I think
talk like that.
It's the other side of this. I think the Aubrey alley you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
That's where people really start to lose it all, and they're just like, "Oh my god, I've paid for all the things, and I've shown up, and I didn't get to have sex with Aubrey and all the hot people."
They kind of cover that though in Succession, where Kendall just like shaves his head and
Yep.
does that.
Yeah.
The woo woo shit.
Yeah.
But he
he
has
was,
the
like,
money for it.
almost-
He has the money for it, right? In the name. Whereas I think it's the normal people who are like, "Oh shit, I can show up and do that too." And it's like, no, kind of like on all those cult shows you showed me. Whenever there was like a dude and they came with like a dude to the place, they were like, yeah. So you're gonna go work out in the field all day and gather fruits and vegetables and
Right.
farm and you're gonna sleep in a different tent, and then I'm gonna fuck your wife in the other one with all the other girls. You know?
Oh,
And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
just like, oh, all right.
All right.
When do I get to come in and have sex?
Well,
That's not gonna be for another 6 to 8 years. You know, you got to
Well-
learn the field.
yeah, we're gonna have to see, how close your relationship is with God, and then you can move up the different ranks and the different levels that we have, and maybe if you're at level 4, you can have sex with your own wife.
You max out 2 credit cards.
Anytime there's there's levels, yeah, exactly. Anytime there's levels or like any kind of a sash that you get or you wear a different thing on different levels, cult.
You know what the saddest thing I've ever heard from a cult is?
What?
I think it was some Scientology when Leah Remini got out.
Yeah.
And they were like these people who were like in a Scientology camp, but like true believers. They were getting like a Kindle for someone or something, and they didn't realize like the Scientology people forgot to shut the internet off. And they were like, oh my God, the internet's on here. Let's Google all the great stuff Scientology does.
Oh no.
They were like, oh, we're changing the world. We can finally read about it. Oh my God, like I'm so excited to just read about, remember how we worked on that one thing and read, and then they just like, after
they-
5 minutes of reading, they were like, We have to escape.
We have to escape or kill ourselves or whatever.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. We got to get
Wow.
out of here. I want to chat about The Little Mermaid that came out this weekend. Talked about these predictions forever. It's exactly almost to the dollar in line with what I said it was going to do this weekend. The second weekend...
You said it was going to bomb.
Yes, and I'm thus far correct so far. Next weekend, see if this holds above 50%. So it came in right around 116, 117 for Memorial Day weekend, which is, I don't even think barely enough to stay in the top 20 for a Memorial Day weekend. And especially with the amount of screens that it had 4,200 screens, which is a lot. And here's the odd thing that everybody's trying to figure out, because they want to push this media narrative of like, oh, it did unbelievable numbers and all that other stuff. And it was like, dig a little deeper in this, because 70% of the box office comes from overseas, right? It's been going on for years, and in particular, China. In China, when it opened up this weekend, it made $2.5 million total.
Okay.
Fast and Furious, on the other hand, made $500 million over there, and this made $2.5 million. What the fuck is going on? Like, that's super odd to me, and the industry's trying to figure it out right now, because this thing needs to get to right around $1 billion to be really profitable. $800 to $1 billion right now to be super profitable. You can't do that without China. China's going to start pulling it, they said. And so they're thinking in China alone, it's just going to top out at $4 million total before they rip it from theaters there. Why is that? Like, that's an odd one to me.
I will say it's in line with the other Memorial Day weekends of the past.
Yeah, like what did the Mario movie make? Like I think
So,
it was
well,
like
hold on.
not.
$200 million.
Just on Memorial Day weekend, this is 2017. It was the last Pirates movie. That was 78. 2018, Solo, A Star Wars Story 103. Aladdin, the Will Smith Aladdin, was 2019.
So all these movies you named were bombs. Like that one killed the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. The Star Wars was the one that everybody fucking hated. And what was the third one you named?
Aladdin.
Oh God, that was a fucking train wreck. Yeah.
But this is in line. This isn't below what those are. So is Memorial Day weekend kind of fucked?
Yeah,
Are they
is
just
it-
releasing dog shit on Memorial Day
Is it
weekend?
the weekend?
No.
Because this is also on Monday. It made 22 million. So it's 95 million over the weekend,
Right.
and then 22 yesterday.
Yeah. So it's a total of like 117, right?
For the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, for the weekend. And I mean, Mario, for example, opened up at like 205, and it wasn't on a holiday weekend a couple weeks ago. We'll see with this one. Everybody's trying to figure it out now. The reviews were exactly what we thought. I mean, they said it physically looked like shit on screen, and people weren't that amped about it. But
the
the
CGI looked
China
terrible.
thing is really, really odd to me, because I don't think they give a fuck or hear about American bullshit over here as far as like pop culture or anything else. So I don't even know if they were aware of the controversy or cared or
What?
anything.
Did you say you don't know if China cares about American pop culture?
Yeah, do they let those stories in? Like, do
think
they
that's
let
all
in?
they
You mean
Yeah.
like racial casting? And,
Yeah, do they let in woke stories and all that other stuff? Or I thought they just nuke it, right, on the internet?
Maybe not, but they definitely know all about like art, pop culture for sure.
Well, depending upon what they let them have, I guess, right? So $2.5 million is worse than Anchorman. And like Anchorman, for example, comedies do not translate overseas because they literally need translators. So there's nothing visual that can bring you out of it, like an Avatar. Avatar, Jesus Christ, made, I don't know, 1.2 billion in China alone, let alone, and it's just fucking sea creatures the same as this. So it's very strange.
Okay, so here's kind of what they're saying around online, and like I don't think they want to play the race card here, but Black Panther also did terrible in China with 3.47 million. So I mean that's kind of the spin that we're getting from
Okay.
the publications at this point. But yeah, you're right all across the board. Like it got 5th in China right now behind Fast X, 2 Chinese movies, and a Japanese movie, Sword Art Online, based on a video game.
Okay.
So it's you're on the nose with this, but I can't really. No one's really saying why.
Yeah.
Some people are saying woke, some people are saying racism, so it's kind of the same thing that we're saying here.
I don't know. I'll go back to, since you said that, I'll go back to the Denzel Washington thing. For years in Hollywood, because we had the same agent for a while, I asked my agent, I said, why isn't he in like these $200 million movies? And he goes, look, our biggest fear is that it fails overseas and then he's not allowed to do these big budget movies ever again. So I go, what's the secret with him? And they go, keep him in a $60 to $90 million budget, keep his salary at anywhere from 15 to 20, and then he will always succeed. Denzel Washington will always succeed. He can go on being the great actor he is, and everything he will do will be successful for a studio, and you could never really say that he had a flop. And it's true. If you look back over his career, I was like, oh, shit. Once I really thought about it, I was like, fuck, man, I've never really seen a bad Denzel Washington movie. But I've also never seen him in like a Marvel movie or something like you know,
right.
They've always kept it right in this sweet spot budget where he could never fail. And he's had the longest career, you know, longer than it's probably him and Tom Cruise at this point, right?
Right.
With just flat out hits and success stories. So, yeah, strange. I didn't know that about Black Panther over there.
Also did terrible. All the Marvel movies it's saying that I'm reading up on now have done really terrible, with Mulan specifically and the Eternals from, I think that's one of the Marvels.
That's Marvel too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, some are saying that it's about the wokeness, especially directed towards black people, this atonement mentality that's in a lot of the scripts that they're saying they probably don't really resonate with. But I don't know if that's true or not in any way.
Yeah, because
there's no black people in the Eternals, though, really. Or maybe there's one. Oh, and he's gay, too. So maybe that's why China didn't like that. But he's like a side character. Like, he's not one
right.
of
the... Yeah, they're saying in China, on this insider site that I read, in China it's just a disaster. There's no audience score in Maoyan, which I guess is China, which is unusual for a film already released for several days, that they don't even have an audience score on this movie. Not sure. Very odd, though. Usually something like that plays overseas and destroys, and then you don't really have to give a shit about an American box office. But this will be a different story. You go through the second weekend, because that's when Ant-Man really bombed. The rest of those Marvel movies really dipped after that. Ant-Man bombed second weekend.
Right.
Just word of mouth. Everybody was like,
do you think it's just the car culture and like the like extreme actionness culture of China, like it allows them maybe to resonate more with Fast and the Furious?
No, I made fun of Fast and Furious on a Uncirced episode for maybe a good half hour, and before I saw this last one, and I just said, when you cast every race in a movie from around the world, worldwide, overseas, like, yeah, you're going to attract pretty much everybody, because there's a race for everyone, you know? There's an Asian, there's black, there's Italian.
Can that be the final episode title? A Race for Everyone?
A race for everyone.
Maybe.
When you put a race for everyone.
And at the end of it, this rant that I went on, I was like, maybe they cracked the code, and that's why it's done so well for 20 fucking years at this point.
Look at this poster for Star Wars, though.
I just don't think they like black leads in China.
Ooh, they took him out.
No.
They just made him
tiny.
a lot smaller. This is the first one.
Oh,
I
shit. I didn't even see him. Where is he?
He's down here. Yeah, right where your eye doesn't go.
Wow.
Wow.
Harrison
I didn't even
Ford
see him in
much
the... You just fucking Highlights Magazine me, bro. I mean, you
Although,
hit him.
They
in
might
there.
be anti-Wookiee, too. Look, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, well, they can't.
Where do they put the Wookiee at?
The Wookiee's just
I
gone.
think he's just gone.
He's at the concession stand.
Oh,
now.
and they like replaced it with R2D2? Or BB-8?
It's BB-8 is the
Oh,
new,
sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
They show the big bad. They make him front and center.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. But this is
Okay.
a
Interesting.
controversy when this came
Yeah,
out. They
yeah,
basically
yeah.
just don't like black leads. Like, they're down with, like, a funny black guy on the side, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Or whatever. Tyrese and
Right,
Ludacris
right,
getting
right.
into their hijinks.
Yeah, they just don't like him, like, getting too uppity, right?
Right.
In China.
Know your role. Literally. Know your role in the
Literally.
movie.
That's odd. Okay. I didn't know that. I had no idea. I've never been there, and I've never been to Asia at all, so I don't really know much about the culture. To be
Very racist.
Is it really?
Oh,
And
yeah.
And it's been like that for years?
They think they're the superior race.
The
for
Han.
sure.
So the Han.
Well, that I understand, but why do
And
they
they're
love
not-
the NBA so much over there?
And they're not wrong.
That is sort of like you could get kind of gross with it, I
know,
guess.
you
like
can get a little bit racist even with
for
that.
why they like that.
Really?
Why did look? Gladiators were considered not full citizens or maybe even human beings, but the Romans love to watch them, right?
Gotcha,
That's kind of
gotcha,
like,
gotcha.
and I know
Entertain them.
it's not. That's not a one-to-one comparison because
Slaves,
Right,
Bob.
right.
You're saying slaves.
Right.
they do kind of like love the NBA players, but it is like almost like one of the good ones, I guess, type of situation.
Yeah.
Because there was,
Wow.
I remember when the Olympic team was there, everybody was shocked at how famous Kobe Bryant was. They were like, oh my God, like all the NBA players, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, even LeBron and those guys were like, Jesus Christ, man, Kobe Bryant is the most famous person on the planet. And I guess not only was he beloved there, but he spoke Mandarin. He spoke like fucking 90 languages. But he did a full doc series that aired every single week in China and then nowhere else. He had it on lockdown that it didn't leave anywhere, so nobody's ever seen it unless you lived in the country of China. And it was on their local like NBC channel there, and it was a Kobe Bryant documentary series that went on for I don't know, like 20 episodes or something crazy. And Kobe would not allow it to air anywhere else but China. And he definitely cracked the code, but I didn't know that they had a thing against other races. I was unfamiliar with that. That's wild.
They would hire white people to be like a sign of like success, right?
The white monkey businessman was a real thing. Like basically, you'd hire a white guy to come in. Like if you're working in Chinese business, just sit in the boardroom because like, oh, they got American investors, they got American people on this.
Yeah.
Even
Right.
at like a party, a nightclub or something, they would just pay you to be with them during bottle service.
Is that why they did the Matt Damon in the Great Wall movie?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
That or
he-
Hollywood just.
No, because Matt Damon's pretty fucking honest. He did an interview when he was doing Air, and he goes, yeah, you know, I've done a lot of great movies. My kids don't care or anything else, and you know, they'll fuck with me. And they were like, oh, well, what do you mean? They're like, finally. He goes, finally, my daughters were like, let's watch one of your movies, Dad. You know, we got Friday night off. We just want to sit and hang with you and watch a movie. And he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. What movie do you want to watch? And they were like, let's watch The Great Wall. And he goes, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I kind of have to take it here too, just for the audience. I've seen a lot of on Reddit, a lot of Asians who are like kind of self-deprecating and are really into white guys sleeping with Asian girls. Just gonna kind of like leave that there, but that seemed to be really popular these days.
What are you
Okay.
saying though?
That's
Like,
been
what-
popular forever.
Like,
Yeah.
but like Asian dudes are really into white cuckolding now. I don't know if that has anything to do with like their
wait.
appreciation of white guys.
Oh,
and
okay.
Asian dudes are into white
White guys
cucking
cucking
them.
them. Yeah.
All right. I mean, sure.
They are a superior race.
No.
Dude.
Yeah.
They just like,
They are.
you know what I mean?
They're going to take over. China's number one, dude. We're not even close.
Now, Georgia, do you
We're
have
not
experience in this?
Yeah, you ever been cucked by
and
an
what
Asian?
and by Reddit, do you mean just
Real life.
Yeah,
your
real
real life?
It's not necessarily my real life, but I do like to read up on it and occasionally watch some of the
Read up on it.
the
You know,
stories
just
are
like,
nice.
yeah. I only read Playboy for the articles, right? I like to read up on it.
Do you know Playboy still exists, by the way?
The magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought they tried to like make it more just like a real
No, it's back.
publication. Oh, it's back.
Oh, it is full nudes?
Yeah, that
we've
didn't
seen
work,
some
huh?
nudies in there recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they brought Amanda Cerny on as head of the board or whatever, but I read, 2 days ago, Kellyanne Conway's kid, who I didn't know was old enough. Remember the daughter who was just going on TikTok and then just shredding her parents, saying how much they hated them? One was a hardcore super left, one was a hardcore super right. She's like, fuck them, I hate my family and everything else.
I think she was more talking about her mom, wasn't she? But yeah.
No, the dad too. They,
Oh,
they
okay,
hated each other, and she posted everything. She just announced 2 days ago she's going to be doing Playboy, but I didn't know if it was nudes anymore or what they were
Yeah.
doing with that whole publication.
They should lean into it with like the sex positivity
I
movement
agree.
and the openness of all of it. Like,
I agree.
A 5% or 10% off OnlyFans code in the centerfold, like that
Yes.
alone would sell your hard
Yeah,
copies.
yeah.
100%. Why are they not doing that, I guess?
They need me. They need me, Ross. Just making it.
Consultation.
Now here's where Bob goes down the rabbit hole to see if she's
Yeah,
hot.
I know. There he
All right,
goes.
Pull her up in that
now
white
the
bikini.
whole rest of the show is going to be Bob
There you
looking
go.
at this.
Is Dan going to say
Instagram.
she's mid?
Yeah, of course he will. Of course he will.
Undoubtedly, he will.
That's good.
Yeah.
He'll be like, no, she's gross.
And that's you, right?
No, he's talking about Holloway.
Oh, Holloway.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I'm not the hater. Again,
She looks.
Well,
She looks good.
Yeah, she's 22. 22 years old.
as you should at 22.
Yeah. If you're not looking good at 22,
you're never going to look good, really.
man, it's a
Also, that's kind of
problem.
not really perky. Go up to the middle one. Kind of, little droopage already.
Yeah, and I think
You want to see a little realism, you know? There you go.
Yeah.
Are those real? I don't think they're real.
No.
I don't think they're real.
No.
But good for her. Good for her. And look, she's
That'll
going
work.
to step out of her parents' shadow, and now, you know, the dad that she hated, all of her business partners can now jack off to her
Yeah.
because they were arrested for it. So
That's cute.
The dad who made this.
Right.
it's weird. That weird. Have you seen how ugly the father is?
Yeah.
Look, Kellyanne is not that attractive, anyways. But
can tell she
pop up a
was.
picture of George Conway. It is shocking what this guy looks like. To produce a child like that, what? Where did the genes come from? I guess.
CRISPR.
You think so?
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, there's no neck there. There's no chin. Like it's all a mess. That's usually a guy who grows a beard to cover up all that shit.
He looks like a Gungan.
Yeah.
what
You
is-
got that make 'em up reference.
Did you?
No, he just
I
laughed.
didn't.
He just laughed.
I just like the term Gungan. I don't know what it means.
It just
but the
sounded
term
funny. and
okay,
Ross
okay.
liked it.
You fucking Gungan. Like, that's something I would say screaming out the window at a cyclist. Get out of the way, you fucking Gungan. I don't even know what it means.
Hold on.
It's great.
Rob will educate.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Oh, well, you know.
Give me a one-sentence description, and then we'll buy that locker on eBay.
Oh,
today.
it does, yeah.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
there
a,
it is.
okay. What's that from?
Yeah,
what
This
is-
make 'em up is that
This
from?
is from Star Wars
Wars.
Phantom Menace,
No, gross.
and this is the dad.
I don't
mean,
see a
it-
difference.
Yeah, it's the same person, and I like it. I just don't watch that's the reason why I don't watch that stupid shit.
Star Wars is like pop culture. It's not even a make 'em up. It's not. It's just like everyone watches Star Wars.
Dan, you're forgetting Ross is so young, he didn't see the original Star Wars, so he didn't really get into
It
it.
was
like we did.
before his time.
It was before my time. The first ones that I saw was it was Jar Jar Binks. That was the one.
Yeah, that would.
That's the one. That's what this is in.
It was.
Yeah, the only Star
he was a
Wars
kid.
director.
Can't believe I forgot it after
the
seeing
only
it
Star Wars
once in a
director that
theater.
he's ever known is JJ.
It's J.J. Abrams. That's
He
it.
didn't even.
yeah.
Was there one before that?
What year was the first Star Wars?
That was the first.
What year were they?
77 was the very first.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Nowhere near this earth.
They go see it like 10 times on that 70s show.
Nowhere near this earth. Oh, do they really?
Yeah, they have a whole like 4-episode arc
Nowhere
on it.
near this
Yeah,
earth.
nowhere near this earth.
Yep.
However,
Not
when
even a
that,
twinkle, huh?
no,
In anyone's eye.
not even close. Yeah, the Jar Jar ones were the first ones where everybody was bug fuck about, we gotta go see this. And it was like, oh my God, they're back. It's great.
Pod
It
racing.
wasn't great. None of those were great. Not one of those was great. And not one of them has been great ever since. So
You're right. They're all terrible. Like,
No,
I just couldn't do it.
Prequels are good.
they're
Couldn't do
not.
it.
They're good.
They're not.
The one with
Let's
Jar
watch
Jar
them
Binks?
together.
Ewan McGregor's good.
Yeah, one person's good.
Sit in a chair
oh,
and watch
shit.
with me.
Remember the guy who was so boring? Hayden, what was his name?
Pantera.
Christensen.
Sorry. Yeah, Christensen.
Yeah, remember how boring that guy was?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. They were trying to make him happen for a while.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. No, I couldn't do it.
Yep.
Couldn't fucking do it, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. What happened to Daisy Ridley? What does she do?
Well, she's got a new trilogy coming,
Of course. What is it?
a new Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, yeah. Might as well go back to the well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I'm sure Ewan McGregor's just praying for it of like, please, I need to shoot another motorcycle documentary around the world with my buddies. Can you guys please just chunk out some more of these fucking things?
yeah. But she otherwise hasn't been doing like a bunch, really. Yeah.
Okay. Was there ever one as a kid you got into, Jesse?
Star Wars?
You liked Labyrinth.
Labyrinth I did. I'd never seen any of the Star
I guess
Wars.
it's a child's movie, right?
Well, David Bowie.
David Bowie,
Yeah.
Labyrinth, Neverending Story, Dark Crystal,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. All right.
Did
I
you watch
guess it
is Dark
was-
Crystal the Muppet one?
Yeah.
Did you watch the remake of that?
No.
It's back.
Was it good?
My wife liked it. I didn't want to watch it. but-
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're
Well,
past
was
Muppets.
it good?
Was it good? No, because there's something about the nostalgic of it, the nostalgia, and I guess maybe I just like Jim Henson. Maybe that's my
R.I.P.
my nerdist, because that he did Labyrinth too, right?
Yeah. And he's dead.
And not Neverending Story, but Dark
No.
Crystal.
Did he do, what was the one where the kangaroos were ninjas? Oh, never mind.
Animated?
Oh, real action. It was me and Bob's time. He should have remembered
Kangaroo
this.
Jack?
No. It was very in line with like the never-ending story of like what kind of animal is this? But they were ninjas.
Oh.
No
Nope.
idea.
Rob, look it up for me.
No idea.
Warriors of the Virtue.
By the way, Barry ended as well on HBO. Delco, I know you didn't watch the end of it. They didn't like that as well.
I'm not caught up.
Yeah, people didn't
I'm
like
on
that as
season
well.
3.
And then there was a tweet this morning that said they think that Ted Lasso is going to be done after this year.
Kill it.
So
Yeah, I
this
think
is
that was
over.
always going to be the plan, though, right?
3 seasons and then it's out.
I mean,
It
I
was
don't.
based off of a commercial.
Yeah. Like,
Literally.
Yeah.
I think 2 was a lot.
I wish we were on Patreon so I could play you a scene from Ted Lasso so fucking bad in season 3 that it is like if I shudder, and I've never done anything bigger than a web series, really. You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, what part of this?
People were very angry.
People watch it?
Yes, and they're very, very angry about it. But I don't watch it.
I like Ted Lasso.
I couldn't
but
get past
I
the
do
first couple
think it
episodes.
needs to be done.
Okay. Well, it appears as if it is, I guess, according to this. So.
What's Apple's next big hit?
Do they have anything?
I don't know. I got to look it up.
I think they do. I think
Mythic Quest.
No,
No.
we try to get into that.
they do have something coming up.
And I love, Rob McElhenney. It's just I couldn't get into it.
Well, Killers of the Flower Moon and Napoleon are both coming out, but those are movies.
Those are movies.
Okay.
Man, I'm hyped for Napoleon and Killers, to be honest.
Yeah, both. I'm amped for.
Otherwise, yeah, there's not a lot. You know where they're actually low-key doing really well is kid shows.
Really?
Yeah, they have a lot of good kid shows on Apple TV.
That's cool. We're looking for kid shows.
Okay.
All right, I'll pop our beak in for some kid shows. But
Also, I think one of your TVs at home is still set to the Drinking Bros login because I'm getting a lot of like, here's how to speak and first few sentences YouTube videos coming up in the algorithm.
For the YouTube,
Just like
Not for
when
us.
No, when
I
you're on
don't. Oh, okay.
when you're on your page and you're just like, recommended
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
It's now a few of those with like 53 million views of just like how to say hi, sing hi, mommy.
okay.
no.
Yeah.
So you might want to check one of those.
Well, no,
Sign
we're
off
not
that one in the
signed
living
in.
room.
Yeah, we're not signed into any of them. But I will say this.
But
Jax,
it's connected to our YouTube TV, maybe.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
Just
no,
Drinking Bros popping
no,
up
I
and coming
know.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Jax told me one time, and he
Exactly.
goes, "Dad, I saw so and so was on your show today," and I was like, "That's not something you're watching at
Right,
all." And I
right.
was like, "How did you?" And he goes, "It just popped up. I didn't press play or whatever," and he didn't because you're able to see like the time code on it. So I was like, "All right, cool, man." But how did that even get there on the kids thing? You know, should be all Dude Perfect and Mr. Beast.
Jax is crafty
Well,
with the logins.
unless you're on YouTube Kids, anything can pop up.
It's true. I know there was people are really, really bitching parents about some of the videos for kids are going to these gun channels, and they're trying to potentially nuke all of that out because you're going to these things. I mean, look, our buddies run those. They're PG and they don't swear in them at all, and that's how they keep them monetized. But they're just blowing shit up all day. So yeah, interesting. We'll keep an eye on it though. Either way, Jabes, fun weekend.
We did.
All the
We
way
had a fun
around.
weekend.
Shout out to everybody who came out. Reed White and everybody. Juan.
Wasn't Juan. Sam.
Sam. But it's still.
It has to be Juan
it's
now
gotta be
because
Juan
it's
now.
gone too far.
It's gone too far. I've called him it for years. So
Right.
it's gonna be Juan out there.
Right.
And a ton of people came out. A lot of booze drank this weekend. Holy shit.
A lot of hard AFs
My
all
God,
around.
dude.
Can we show kind of a crazy monkey nature nook?
You got a nook?
You want to do this one?
Let's do it.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You're outvoted.
Very good.
Nature Nook. Nailed it.
All right. Now, Bob sent me this one, so if you're going
I
to
thought
blame...
this was one you weren't I mean, there's a baby.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
All right. Just keep watching. Keep watching.
Hang on. So wait, are you going to set up any backstory here before we watch
so
this?
basically, we're at a zoo. That's a chimpanzee. That's
an orangutan.
Orangutan. That's a baby.
He demands to
He
be given the baby.
demands that the baby comes over.
How does he demand it? Does he scream at the person?
Watch. Okay. No, he basically summons the mom and baby over, and then.
And she's going to give him the baby.
No way.
She's about to give him the baby. I didn't know you wanted to do this one.
How did you have it so readily available? I think you fucks planned this.
What do you mean?
No, I sent it
He
to her the
sent
other
it to
day.
me, but he was like, "We're not going to do this one, right?" And I was like, "Well, there's no other ones."
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, orangutan, baby, go. Summons over the baby.
He says, bring me this
Bring
baby.
me the baby.
But there's glass, right?
And he gives it a kiss.
Through the glass?
Yeah,
That's
he gives
nice.
it a kiss. It's not all bad.
No,
All right.
it's nice.
All
Sometimes nature is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Look at
But
that.
don't get used to nature doing this, because even
This
it's just a cute video, guys. We got him.
Yeah.
We got him. It's just a cute video.
Oh, you fucks!
Yeah, nothing else happens.
You fuckers!
Nothing else
Just-
happens.
he
He
just
just
kisses
summons
it.
over the baby and then kisses
I
it
thought he was
through
going
the
to tear the
glass.
baby's face off.
I know, and that's what you wanted to happen, huh? And you're a sick fuck, Ross. How dare you?
God damn.
What did
guys,
you, Ross?
dude.
What did you want to happen to that baby?
The whole face to be torn off. You don't do that. You
Ross.
don't put a newborn next to a fucking chimpanzee like that. That's nuts.
Just gave him a kiss.
Through the glass.
Our animal brothers, Ross. Those are us.
So, but this is a good lesson because, don't think just because this happened one time, okay?
Right, so this video...
Don't get fooled into thinking you could hand your baby to a orangutan. You know what I mean? Like, this is what happens in nature.
There's now almost 500,000 people that saw this Fox News video
Oh, boy.
and thought, oh,
What's
maybe
the caption, Bob?
monkey see, monkey do. Hearts melt when an orangutan asks to see a baby, then kisses glass.
I mean, they just
Fuck
killed
you,
20
Ross.
babies with this post.
Right, exactly.
We're going to kill
Exactly.
20 babies.
right,
with
so
this
now...
So it actually is kind of a nature nook, right? Because
Shit.
people are going to be lulled into a false sense.
Yeah.
What is?
Of-
It's almost like it's Nature Nook origins. You know what I-
Yeah.
Like
The reason why people have been doing this crazy shit and getting their faces ripped off
Right.
is because of stuff like this.
Now someone else is going to go to a zoo
Right.
in like Kentucky or something and be like, hey, babe,
Yeah.
remember that baby kissing monkey? You think these otters will kiss our baby?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Just put
they'll-
them around the glass. You don't need the glass
Yeah,
in
put it
front.
right-
Let them get them a real kiss on the head.
Put it right over the head. Them otter
Just like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah,
rah."
kissing babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like baby
And then
loses
just like-
eyes and nose in the
No,
horrific zoo.
what would the otter do? It would like try and crack its head
It would
like
take
a
the baby and crack its skull on its stomach.
yeah,
right.
like a abalone or what is it that they do
It's
that
like
with?
oysters, I think. They just crack the oysters open. They take a rock and they're just like smashing a clam
Yeah.
or an
So they
oyster
would
or whatever.
grab the baby and just smash the baby's skull into their stomach
Yeah.
until it opened up.
Yep.
This is how it starts.
This
People
is how
see
it starts,
this,
though,
they think-
because they go, "Oh, cute." Okay.
We're ending with this today. I get to see a fucking adorable kiss through the glass.
I know. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Jesse, I can't, dude. I can't. You guys, the way you set that up too, they were like, "Oh, I can't believe we're gonna show this." You said you weren't gonna show.
We did good.
And I'm like,
The two
let's see the baby get it.
actors in the room. You're welcome. we accepted the job offer.
Yeah,
you know?
did. You sure did, man.
Anyone at
I got
Burn
out-
Notice, give us a call.
I got out nooked.
Available for bit parts.
I got out nooked today.
You got
I'll
out nooked.
I'll have something terrible for you Thursday.
Yeah. He'll have a baby's entire head being ripped off his body if that's what you want, Ross.
It'll be on Patreon Thursday. So give me. I want something horrific. I want something. The amount of times I was in Florida and people came up to me and they were like, "Hey, dude, do you want to go to that Gator Boy bar?" And I was like, "Shit." It was right down it's 20 minutes from us. And I was like, fuck, I got to go to that.
It was?
Yeah.
I thought we found it was like 3 hours from where we were going.
No. Well, I guess 20 minutes from Hogan's Hangout. So
Okay.
45 tops with no traffic. So, yeah.
Okay.
We could have gone and we could have hit it right around that 2 a.m. mark and seen, really what would have happened if like, hey, is that blocked off back there?
Yeah.
If not, we're swishy in the water. And then
Fine.
ga.
We can maybe find that arm.
Damn, dude. Damn. All right. Thursday, I want violence.
You're welcome.
I want violence on Thursday, okay? I got out nooked. I think Rachel said the shirts got there, so that the Nature Nook shirts got there. I'll try to wear it on Thursday then.
Okay, and
Just
we'll
got to the
give
house.
you,
Violence.
I guess, a child's death if that's what you
it's
want.
not
No,
that.
it kind of seemed like that's what you wanted to happen.
Well, that's
so-
what was on the
No, I
screen,
know, and
so I
you
was
were-
like, well, R.I.P. to the baby. Like, I'd
were-
already accepted it. I
Yeah,
already
you
accepted
were-
that baby's death.
And you were really kind of happy about it. So
I wasn't happy.
we cut this Nature Nook really kind of shows the kind that you like, and so we'll have more of those for you, right?
It's Darwinism, where it's just like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
dude, that's if that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get.
Right.
Put the
So
baby
did you think
against
the orangutan
glass.
was like break through the glass and grab the
100% or up over the glass
and
then
just like
yep.
scale it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought either thing was going to break the glass, rip the baby's face off, or jumps over, rips the parent's face off, which I would have been fine with either.
Right.
So I want violence on Thursday, Bob. Okay? I'm
I
throwing
will-
down the
I will
gauntlet.
legitimately tomorrow night.
Yep. He's gonna look for
I'll get real drunk.
I'm throwing
Yeah.
down the
and,
gauntlet.
and just dive through.
He's gonna go on the like dark web. I mean, he is gonna find
Yeah, there's no basketball
the
on for the
worst.
next few days. There's no basketball on until what, Thursday? So you got a couple nights to find something dark. So challenge accepted. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's figure it
I
out.
guess that's the price we have to pay, right, for showing an adorable video.
Sure
You're
does.
welcome to everyone but Ross.
No, the people want violence.
No,
all right?
they loved it.
They want violence. Okay.
No, they loved it.
Go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. We're almost at 2,000 reviews on iTunes. Can you just get us to that, and then we can figure it out from there? I know Drinking Bros, I said 10,000. It's like people hate leaving reviews. So do I. I don't do it unless it's like a homies thing. We're homies, so please go leave the goddamn review so I can shut up about it. And again, thank you for everybody who came out over the weekend to the Tampa Bay Rowdies game. And the Tampa Bay Rays game, we had a blast down there.
We really did.
Fun
it
city.
was awesome.
That's
It was
a
really
fun
awesome.
city. I'd definitely go back. I'm amped.
We will be.
The Rays people were like, hey, are we going to see you guys again? I was like, yeah, in the World Series. When it's Braves versus Raves, we'll see you there. So what's up? We'll be back for that for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.